Hello, this is my final project for government. The pharmaceutical industry is supposed to discover, develop, produce, and market drugs for use as medications by public and private organizations to be administered to patients with the aim to cure them, vaccinate them, or alleviate the symptoms. Many experts claim that too often patients are given useless and sometimes harmful drugs that they do not need. Drug companies develop medicines they can profit from, rather than those which are likely to work or be beneficial. There have been many studies stating that current drug treatments are much less effective than they had previously thought, and there is often weak basis on which the efficiency and use of drugs, particularly in the elder, are judged. Many doctors and companies are over-treating their patients, and the side effects of too much medicine is leading to countless deaths. Public funding is also often allocated to medical research because it is likely to be profitable, not because it will be beneficial for patients. Pharmaceutical companies only care about making profit, and they are killing people in the process. Big pharmaceutical companies are selling useless drugs and prescribing painkillers that are making the opioid crisis worse. Many doctors do not even question what they are told by pharmaceutical representatives and on continuing medical education courses about prescription opioids. Not to mention, many pharmaceutical representatives do not actually know much about the drugs they are representing. They only know what the drug companies want them to know. The structure of the healthcare system in the United States has also contributed to the overprescription of opioids. Many doctors are in private practice and benefit financially by increasing the volume of patients they see. They also benefit by ensuring patient satisfaction, which can incentivize the overprescribing of pain medication. Patients' health insurance plans often cover pain medication, but not pain management, such as physical therapy, making pain medication much cheaper. Big Pharma also uses allies in Congress to grow their profit and influence. We are supposed to be able to trust our healthcare system and doctors to help us the best they can. These big pharma companies are only focused on profit and do not care about the damage they are causing to individuals and family members. Addiction doesn't just hurt the person that is addicted, it also hurts their loved ones and the community they are in. The Sackler family is an example of a group of people primarily focused on profit and not the well-being of others. The Sacklers are the owners of Purdue Pharma, a pharmaceutical company whose main drug is OxyContin, an opioid painkiller stronger than morphine. OxyContin was introduced in 1996 and has been largely blamed for the opioid addiction crisis. Nearly all 50 states have filed lawsuits against Purdue and the Sackler family for their alleged roles in the opioid crisis. The widespread use of OxyContin created a community of people who developed a dependency on opioids. They sold OxyContin in huge doses, up to 160 milligrams, which was taken off the market a short time after they released it. Many who used OxyContin later turned to heroin and fentanyl when OxyContin became harder to come by. You can be prescribed as much as you want, and many employees working for Purdue Pharma said that there was no ceiling in the dose that somebody could take. The Sacklers have not admitted to any wrongdoing, but they have proposed $10 to $12 billion settlement. Purdue Pharma filed for bankruptcy in September 2019 and will be transformed into a public benefit corporation. The Sackler family will also sell its UK-based subsidiary, Mundipharma, and the proceeds from the sale will go towards the settlement. The Sacklers have also agreed to personally pay $3 billion towards the settlement, which will go to individuals affected by the opioid crisis. Purdue Pharma pled guilty to criminal charges on October 2020. They paid $225 million to the Department of Justice in relation to their alleged role in the opioid crisis. There are many things you can do about this. Big Pharma and the opioid addiction are major problems that need big solutions. One thing that would reduce special interest influence over the legislative process is to ban lobbyists from fundraising for their candidates. We should also ban members of Congress from accepting campaign donations from entities under the jurisdiction of the committees in which they serve. Washington's infamous revolving door between private industry and government must be closed. If you're a family member or you are struggling with addiction, please call the National Helpline for Substance Treatment at 1-800-662-4357.